Hey y'all, I just wanted to talk for a really quick second about how to pick an ad for your visual rhetorical analysis. Number one, some students say, well, I do not have magazines. That is fine. You know what I do? I always just go to like Barnes and Noble and go to the magazine section. I go in there, I take pictures of them with my phone, and I take a picture of the cover of the essay. And so that's all you have to do for that. So you don't have to buy the magazine, you don't have to subscribe to a magazine. All you have to do is get the cover and get the ad itself. So anyway, I want to talk a little bit about the choices that you pick. Remember that whenever you're going to do your ad, whenever you're going to pick your ad, you don't want to necessarily pick an ad that's just cool that you like. No, you want to pick one that's going to help you get that A. Right? So whenever it does that, I would look for something that has both ethos, pathos, and logos, or all three: ethos, pathos, and logos. So I look at this ad and you're like, okay, well, it's not the most interesting. You could say that in the pathos section, but let me tell you what it does have. Number one, it has this guy. So there's your ethos. He builds ethos. I don't know who he is, but apparently he is Jordan Spieth, a pro golfer, whatever. So then, also we have Titleist, and even me, who knows nothing about golf, knows that Titleist is a pretty famous golf brand. So we have a little bit more ethos. And then in logos, there's so many little things that are in here. Number one, we have this ball count thing. Again, I think somebody who understood it could explain it. And then it also has a little bit of basically expert opinion, and both of those things count as logos. Now with logos, you might say, well, this is not the most interesting, but there are still things that are pretty interesting for pathos. It's not the most interesting, but there are still things in here that are kind of pathos-ish. We could look at like the design, like they have a lot of sleekness, a lot of silver. So I could see this one working. The champion's choice, there is definitely our pathos there. So when I was looking at this one, I say it's the best choice because I can find all three for analysis. So I'm going to move on to my next one. So I like this one a lot, actually. I say it's not necessarily the best, but it's still good. Because number one, we have our numbers, our text for that logos. I think there's not quite as much ethos here. I would say probably some of that logos builds ethos. They do have places for us to go look for more information. I don't know much about Clarins itself, so that's why I'm like, okay, well, I look at this one and I'm like, it's got to me the pathos because it's got all the colors and everything. It has like a lot of the language that kind of gets us power-packed, cutting edge. Every bit of that makes me feel like I'm buying this product that is going to make me feel like young. It's probably going to address all the visible signs of aging. So I look at that and I'm like, okay, so I could see that as well, but I don't see tons of ethos here. So I would say, this one's still not great because it doesn't have all three. I'm going to take you to the next one. This is a more common one that students will pick, one that just doesn't have much text at all. So, okay, I look at this and I'm like, okay, well, you could probably, I think you could look at pathos here, but I don't see much. I see a little bit of ethos because I guess Newport's is a really famous cigarette brand, but, and maybe even that hurts the ethos, the Surgeon General's warning. So I don't think this is very good at all. I don't see like any logos. It's just not a great one. And then this one, while students probably like this one, make sure that you have something for logos. I mean, maybe the most logos I can see here is that it says distilled, aged, and bottled. And even that just seems like that ain't very much. So anyway, I just want you to be smart about your ad choice. And so while I look at this one and I'm like, okay, it may not be the most interesting, it is the one that's best for analysis. So kind of keep that in mind whenever you're doing your ad. And remember that I do want to see the cover of the magazine and I want to see the magazine picture. Okay? If you have any questions about that, feel free to reach out. Hey, y'all have a good day. Bye.